Snapshot 24w05a came out this week, followed by 24w05b. They introduced a new experimental vault block, as well as containing tweaks and fixes. My name is Slime and I'm back to give you a look at these snapshots. Let's start with the vault block, which only exists in worlds with the Update 1.21 experiment on. In those worlds, it can be found in many different rooms of freshly generated trial chambers. The vault is a loot container with some important differences to regular chests. One difference is that the vault requires a key to open, in this case the trial key, which previously didn't have any use. To unlock the vault, interact with the key on the vault block. The other major difference is that, much like an ender chest, the contents of a vault is per player, which means that each player can unlock each vault once, gaining the loot inside. After unlocking a vault, you'll never be able to get more loot from that particular vault, but if you're playing on a multiplayer server, other players will still be able to open that vault. There's no maximum limit to the number of players who can loot a vault. When you approach a vault that you have not unlocked, a stream of orange particles will flow from your position to the vault. The vault block has a keyhole on the front that will open if any player who has not opened the vault yet gets within 4 blocks, and close if all such players step more than 4.5 blocks away. This state change can be observed by an observer. Within the vault block you can also see an item display. This shows the possible items that players can obtain from looting the vault. However, the display is not connected to what you'll actually get when opening the vault. Once you interact, the loot is selected from the vault's loot table. That is to say, you cannot time interacting with the vault with when a desired item is shown. The vault cannot be obtained or moved in survival mode. Mining it is equally slow as mining a trial spawner and drops nothing, and it is fully resistant to explosions. The vault outputs a log level of 6 by default and 12 when the keyhole is open. As a final note, the vault loot table currently used in trial chambers is temporary and will be replaced before the release of Minecraft 1.21. Together with this, the texture of the trial key has been updated. Let's move on to other news. A bug has been fixed with wolf armor, where the custom name of a wolf armor item now remains when it is equipped and unequipped. In visual news, fog on armor now matches the fog around the entity wearing that armor, and the snout of a sniffer no longer changes shading when it sniffs. The new vault block also comes with a whole host of new sounds. An ambient sound. Sounds for activating and deactivating, for inserting a key, for failing to insert a key, for the shutter opening, and it ejecting an item. And of course it has sounds for placing, breaking, and walking on it. Those were all the changes in 24w05a, which was then followed by 24w05b, which fixed a crash and chainmail armor rendering being broken. And that's all for this time. If you want to also check out the technical changes, keep an eye out for a separate video about that coming shortly here on the channel. My name is Slime, thank you for watching, I'll see you next time.